show that he can. For Patukzn, the second time we're seeing him, of course second time we're seeing both of them take the stage, but all the way from Argentina. We cannot understate how impressive it is to see this man come all the way here, having come through the gauntlet in round 4. The likes of Rental, Lamptey, Lux, La Casa, El Misterio, Mendonça in there. It's a tough region. South America is proving to be one of the toughest eFootball mobile regions, Alex.
No, yeah, definitely. Every country right there, the community tournament as well. It's giving a big impact from the landship to the develop of the region star that we have seen here at the official competition, performing and showing their dreams to one day becomes the best player in the world. And this game, at the end of the day, is always important. No? When you play on stream, everyone expects you to win. It's a unique opportunity, no? No one wants to lose in front of your family, friends, fellow mates, rooting for you. And that's a great opportunity for Germán from Patukzn, the Argentinian, and Onyx Frank to show a great version of themselves, or why not, the best one, no? So I'm really looking forward to see a great version from Frank, even if his chances are down into this competition, to show why he is Onyx Frank. No, and on the opposite to Patukzn, nothing to lose, allows to win. We repeat many times this sentence, but that's really the reality, no? At the end of the day, his first appearance, we wish of many in the upcoming future. And why not to get through the grand final, Harry? It's a massive opportunity for him.
It is the beauty of how young of an eFootball mobile is. There's always names for the future that we're going to be on the lookout for. Patukzn and Frank, of course, too, in front of our very eyes now. We will see exactly what they can produce for us. Indonesia versus Argentina. It's going to be a great clash of styles, I feel. And I just want to come back to Patukzn, of course, all the way from Argentina. You said it, Germán, is starting since August 2024. I have to keep reiterating how crazy that is. It is crazy to play 1 month after a world champion was crowned, to then fast forward to this qualifying and in round 4 to beat the world champion. That's an insane turnaround in your first year of competing.
No, definitely. No, at the end of the day, it's not easy to repeat at the world finals. In the background, in the history of the world finals, normally players qualify to the world finals 1-2 years because, it's the momentum of your career as a player. But to keep there at the world finals every single year, as we saw for Torito and such other players, this is simply impossible. So, I had my momentum as well. I had my years when I was a pro, and that's it. But you can't. It's not possible to keep such a big career. And happening the same in mobile. Even the champions are struggling to qualify every single year to the world finals. The process, the qualification system is so tough. And only the best can go through.
Only the best can. And as you can see, they are eagerly waiting for kickoff here. Just taking moments to compose themselves. It's one of the most funny feelings, isn't it, Alex, when you're up on the stage? It feels like an eternity when you're up there, but then afterwards it feels like everything went by in a flash. And probably partly due to the fact 2 trophies are sat in between you and your competitor, just as a reminder of exactly what you're playing for.
No, exactly. Let's see now if what I wanted to see now is Germán, if he can have a better version of himself. We saw him on the stage on his first game. He wasn't quite nervous, wasn't that confident to combine, to connect with his fellow teammates in game as he usually do. And that's the visible thing, that you need to get the courage, you need to get that confidence, that experience there in the stage to overcome your opponent and play your game style. And that's really difficult. Same happened to Onyx Frank, which we were all expecting a lot from him, and at the end of the day, it's not that easy. Expectations sometimes are really heavy over the players. They are really young, and it's not easy to deal with those situations. We'll see. It's pretty interesting to see what's going on. we are almost ready to go in this match number 5 of the day, the last one on mobile platform before a potential final later on. But guys, let at home, let's learn a lot of stuff to catch, to learn, to get from this match between these two fantastic players, Frank for Indonesia and Patukzn, the Argentinian.
You can see they're just preparing now their team lineups and their tactics, ready to do battle. I personally cannot wait. These two have proven time and time again. I mean, just to get to this stage, as you were alluding to, Alex, it's so difficult to qualify for a club event finals. I mean, there's only 6 events in a year.
Really interesting. Patukzn has put 2 tight markings on the strikers of Oni Frank. It is pretty amazing. It's almost mirror formation. The only difference is Correa for Patukzn joining the attack as SS and Onik Frank using an AMF, but that formation pretty similar. Zielinski for Frank and Correa for Germán, and it's time to go, it's time to fight, it's time to go for the victory and set the 3 points on your leaderboards. Here we go.
Hello everybody and welcome.
Here we go indeed. It is Frank against Patukzn, who has a chance, the Argentinian, still to qualify for the final later on. Frank, sadly, we've waved goodbye to him already, but he will want to prove to the Garuda Nation at home that he is capable of doing the country proud at this type of event. It is Frank in the home strip, Patukzn in the all-changed white strip.
But now, Frank losing the ball quickly. It's Patukzn on possession. Varela looking for the pass of Dumfries through Marcus Thuram, but Bastoni for Frank. Regaining that ball, missing that header. Could catch it, Thuram, no, Varela, Zielinski. Bad timing for that pass. When he's back to possession, the Argentina. Mkhitaryan looking for Mateo Darmian, that we haven't seen so far already in this competition today. It's a really intense battle in the midfield to get the control of the ball. But that mirror formation, either of the players using the same tactic, is blocking the passes line so easily. Aslani! Great block.
Really good block. Whenever you see that purple power bar, I always say it, you know there's going to be some venom behind the strike, so the block needed to be made. Corner. Here to come. Patukzn, who will no doubt be wanting to push the pace here. That's 5 white shirts to aim for in the box alone. Can he find one of them? Bastoni. Oof. Wide. Just seems to be a nervous energy here in the studio, as there often is towards the latter stages of the groups. You can see exactly how the groups have played out. Oh, Bastoni has to head that one away towards Dumfries. Correa heading it on to Zielinski. Taro Martinez. All the way back to Jan Sommer. Oh, that's a big mistake though. Marcus Thuram is through and he will score. Frank capitalising on the mistake.
Yes, indeed, a huge mistake. You wish it not to happen on you, against you in such a big stage. And it really happened. That's football. Well approached by Onik Frank. Taking the lead. Let's see the replay. The pass back. the heavy control.
Heavy touch, and Thuram stayed on his feet and with balance.
The experience will let you know to not to control, looking to the opponent's goal, just to control to the side, avoiding exactly that. Difficult to expect, sometimes happen. Goal approached by Frank. Marcus Thuram putting over the net. 1-0 for the man from Indonesia.
We saw quickly there in that passage of play the results leading up to this point. I believe Patukzn took down Sakti 1-0. So Sakti, who took down Frank in our match number 1, will need a favour from his countrymen here. And so far so good for the country of Indonesia. Denzel Dumfries. Lautaro Martinez, this is good build-up from Frank. Marcus Thuram. Mkhitaryan. Time for the Argentinian to, well, think about getting one back. Offside that time, though. Time for some changes, Alex.
Some changes. Someone is not looking that comfortably. His formation, it seems to be the Argentina. Well, now it's Frank that thinks that even winning can push way more with that new tactic 4-4-2, having that close connection. Fratesi, Zielinski on top as a AMF, and to DMF for Varela and Çalhanoğlu. That special card that led Çalhanoğlu to be DMF with game style anchorman, which is clinical and the most important for a DMF so far in eFootball.
10 minutes until half time. 1-0 to Frank. And he's looked very comfortable here. Certainly looks to have put the previous 2 results in his group behind him as he takes the stage to try and help out his countrymen. Elsewhere, Sakti hoping that Frank can get a result here. As for Patukzn, he's trying to build, and Lautaro has time and space, and that's all he needs.
It looks simple for the Argentinian, on hands of Argentina. Well done. Patukzn putting the equalizer. What shot for Lautaro Martinez. I will let you know, it's a plus. Well done. Equalizer. A new match starting from now. It wasn't the perfect positioning to score, quite far. One of 2 defenders in front, but nothing for Jan Sama. Calm celebration so far.
It's all square just before half-time. But there is a chance for one last attack as well. Bastoni and his teammate there are playing hopscotch.
Chill, guys.
And there is the half-time whistle. Frank 1, Patukzn 1. The Argentinian with the Argentinian scoring just before half-time.
And once again, only Frank, which leading, went back to a new formation, which seems to be not working, and he's back now. Who's his initial formation? A lot of things happening in the mind of Frank. Switching that many times, not that common in eFootball. It's time to go. Fratesi to the left side. Is Varela to the right side? We'll see. We'll see. The Argentinian who comes with the need to win the game and probably force his chances, increase his chances to get through the grand final.
Second half underway. Patukzn in the white strip, attacking the right-hand goal here early on. Zielinski to Çalhanoğlu. Patukzn almost waiting for his runner there. Almost had enough time. Confirmation of that goal just before half-time by the Argentinian. As for Frank, he's starting to build up some nice play now. Sommer for Patukzn has to clear the ball up the pitch. It's been a bit of a scruffy 10 or so in-game minutes. I'm not sure which one that benefits.
This normally happen in the second half, exactly when the game is tied as it is right now. And now the chance comes up for the Argentinian. It's Joaquin Correa, another Argentinian showing up there from SS position. Still not enough, 20 minutes left. Now, Onyx random possession now. Putting some pressure to Argentina to regain the ball, but it's impossible. Finally, yes, Benjamin Pavard now quickly going up at the pitch with Lautaro Martinez with a run of Joaquin Correa. Bastoni.
Smartly across. 15 minutes left. It's poised on a knife edge here.
And a draw that will put the Argentinian with 4 points. When now he wants for more. Correa with the pass in. No, blocked by Carlo Augusto. 4 points virtually now for the Argentina. When now go the counter. Marcos Thuram, Zielinski, the pass back. Yes, he scores. Oh, Nick Fran, the man from Indonesia, leading match number 5. When everything looks like was the Argentinian getting closer and closer. That counter. Well approached by Frank to put again. For second time this match, and just 10 minutes left, Harry.
He said last year, I was there watching the World Finals. Sadly, once more, he's having to play bridesmaid here. That's why you see the muted celebrations, but for Patukzn, he knows. He knows this was a result that was within his grasp. And we'll have to wait and see what happens elsewhere unless we can see a goal in the final 10 minutes.
All the 5 substitutions made. Still 1 left for the Argentinian. No, finally 5. Yes, done. That has to put something else on top. Switching the positioning of his striker, but still with just 3 center forwards and 1 SS. Offensive for Mkhitaryan. It's kind of interesting because Mkhitaryan, as DMF, has advanced instruction as offensive. I don't know if it's a misclick or maybe it's a trick that he want to use it right now. Patukzn, we'll see. Kickoff for him, kickoff for the Argentinian.
And it is Frank who's scored most frequently in this match, with that 1 goal advantage and 5 minutes remain on the clock. Frank has the ball back here. Lautaro skipped past his man. There's blue shirts arriving here as well to maybe secure this result. Arnautovic turns back to Mkhitaryan. Pass is unsuccessful that time around, but there is only 1 minute added on here for Patuk to try and fashion one last chance. It's not forward enough for the referee, and Frank has won the game